Assalamu alaikum, this is TSF, and we are here to review a game that has been written by one of our really good friends, and you have seen her on our channel before, Khaya Ahmed. And the game's name is At Eve's Wig. And both me and Amir, we had the pleasure of playing that. And by pleasure, I say traumatic pleasure, I would say. Like, this
Traumatic
game was messed
experience.
up, man. This game was messed up, honestly. I don't even know where to begin. Like, what starts off as a very just a normal kind of thing and just ends up being this roller coaster of really, really freaky kind of like outcomes. So I don't know. What was your experience with it, Amir?
Yeah, exactly how you put it. I was going in expecting a narrative story. It's gonna be sort of linear in the sense that I'm gonna choose the dialogues, get to the end, okay, get some story. And then some weird shit happening. Here's the thing, here's the best part. The story had me hooked. I'm like, what the
Oh
hell?
yeah.
Very slowly but slowly, I was like, what the heck is going on over here? I need to investigate this shit. It was really good. My experience was also magnified because I had Khaya watching me on live stream as I was playing the game.
Oh yeah,
So,
that's true. That's true. She was there watching your stream. Yeah, that's
yep.
correct. That's correct.
And she was telling me how to make all the bad decisions, like every game dev does. Like, hey, let's
Did
make
she
first.
did she happen to tell you to tell Cadmus that I'm the gift? Because that's what she did with
Yes,
me.
she did. She
And
did. She did all of that.
and let me
I
tell
don't.
you, let me
We're
tell
not
you.
gonna
This is
spoil what. We're not gonna spoil what
no, we
happened. But
can.
here's what you can.
We can't sort of spoil. Okay, yeah, you know what? We'll let people experience that. So,
But
people, when you
let
are
me
at
tell you, you're
Cadmus,
in for a joyride. Oh
oh
boy.
yeah, it's
I'm
it's a
I'm
messed up joyride. It's a very messed up joyride.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. It really goes to show that the narrative designers here totally understood what gamers are all about. Okay? They knew that there are people who are in for the joyride, and there is always going to be someone who's going to choose all the dumbass comments like this one. You go up to this really high, proud lord kind of a guy who kind of hates you too, and you tell him, I didn't bring you a gift because I am the gift. So they decided to play on those feelings of gamers, and oh boy, at first I was like, this is gonna be a meme dialogue. Let's do it. Why not? I'm here to, entertain my audience. And then what happens. And I'm left telling Khaya, what the fuck is wrong with you people?
I
But
remember
yeah.
when that particular outcome happened with me, and I was like, straight up texted her, and I'm like, in as polite a way as possible, do you want to talk about something with me? Or like, are there issues going on? Because that was messed up. But it just goes to show like how brilliantly the narrative is. Because from the get-go, you're just hooked into this Hunger
Yeah.
Game style of like this royal family banter, and you don't sort of understand the magnitude of it until like you get to the priest. I don't know if you got this particular bit when you first played through it, but there was a scene where the twins who belong to the other family, they refuse to take part in this convergence, and the priest tries to pretty much kill them and then asks us to kill them.
Oh, I
You got that, or you didn't?
so here's the thing. You remember, like, before we started the review, I was kind of babbling about how I died. The first time I died, I did get shot by the priest.
Oh yeah, that's the first time.
I was like that I'm gonna take a stand, I'm gonna save the twins. ठीक है? Which I end up doing, but that's where the priest takes out a gun and he's like, one of you must die. And I'm like, fine then, kill me. I thought he wouldn't kill me because I'm the protagonist, it's gonna be that kind of a shit show. And then he shoots me
Hmm.
and then the screen goes black. So spoiler alert, I mean, I kind of spoiled a very big mechanic, but this is a mechanic. You can die while playing the narrative game. Some choices will just end the game right there. But what you think is the end, that is what took me. What I thought was, okay, I fucked up, time to load a save. The game still continued because this was the best twist. You get to replay and you keep your memories. And your guy also has dialogues, or girl, you can, I think, choose. You keep your memories and you change your dialogue. So every playthrough is unique. Every time you know things which other people don't know that you know about them, about stuff that will happen, stuff that is happening. That was really eye opening for me. And I did manage to save the twins, by the way. They were giving me the eyeballs, and then she leans in, the girl, what was her name again? Cora. She says thank you,
Yeah,
and then she goes away. I was like, they are gonna be useful later on, which they were.
which they were. And
Yeah.
particularly what I found interesting was, like, this whole scenario really tests out, like, you have this really brute strength kind of approach, like where you're just this really imposing guy and you're just this reckless guy, and then there's this really pacifist option. Like, I first went with the pacifist option, and then for the second one I was like, you know what, just for kicks, I'll be the biggest asshole in this world and just do whatever. And it was interesting to see like how many things I was getting done. But I'll take it a bit further. I would ask you, who was your favorite character and who was the character that you hated with all your heart?
I know where this is going. Well, favorite
Oh,
character, let me tell you. I mean, yeah, all of these characters were so good.
yep.
Pai could have been my favorite, except she betrays me. I am never gonna forgive her for that. Every character here was so deep and emotional. I really loved every character. To be honest, I can't narrow down a favorite. There were some that
Same.
I really wanted to save, some that I really liked, but I wanted to keep everyone alive, even the new blood family, which were pretty much all of them assholes.
uh,
Even Cease,
I hate.
bratty the bratty kid was a bratty kid, but even he had depth to him. It wasn't just like, oh, I'm just an asshole. He wanted to prove himself a lot, which is something that, spoiled teenagers do, because nobody listens to them. That was every character. There is one character that I hate,
Oh
not
boy,
because they are
I can
not
sense a
because they
lot
are a,
thing coming.
oh, it's coming, all right. A rant is coming, and you hate this character too. See, here's the thing. I don't hate the character as a character. As a character, they were amazing. The thing is, the devs wanted me to hate this character, and let me make the devs happy. You did your job. Congratulations. ठीक है. One of the characters is such a bitch. ठीक है. I was like, I am a pacifist. I am gonna save everyone, but this bitch dies. ठीक है. I even went as far, and this is the best part. I even went as far. I lost my shit so much because of that woman's words. I was like, who was the fucking asshole who wrote this character? And then Khaya writes down in the comments, she was watching my streams as well.
Yeah.
He's right. I'm the one who wrote that. And my immediate thought was, dude, what the fuck were you high on? What is this?
I mean, it's a mark of good writing. It's a very good mark of good writing when
Yes.
a character actually successfully makes you hate them like anything. They're,
Imagine.
I mean, with Isabel, I pretty much share. Of course, I'll share my favorite and least favorite characters as well. But with Isabel, I kind of share that hatred with you. That, yeah, this was a character that you kind of wish that comes under a truck and you would not even feel a thing for them. Like,
Because of
nothing at all.
she's even she the entire time Khaya kept asking me, did you kill Isabel yet? Did you kill her yet? I'm like, I might. All I need is an opportunity, and I got an opportunity too. The only thing that stopped me is because Pai, another character, said that if I do, her adopted daughter might be sad. I was like, okay, we're
Yeah,
doing
you
this
don't
for
want
rules.
that.
I am gonna make Isabel disappear. Well, it happens in my playthrough. She disappears. I'm pretty sure that Durche kills her. I didn't get to find out, but
for
whatever.
me it for me I didn't get the chance. I didn't get the chance. Like, I had like three playthroughs. I didn't get the chance to sort
Did
of
you
kill
get the
her
bath?
because
Did you get the bathhouse wala conversation? Did you get that?
no, I don't think so. I didn't get that one. I got the
On day
conversation with
three. On
the
day three,
bathhouse. No.
you get to go to the bathhouse. Someone is taking a bath. When you go there, it's actually Isabel, and she asks you for a towel. And while you're giving her the towel, you get the option, kill her, which I didn't because her daughter was nearby, and I was like, nah, not. It ain't worth
Not
it.
worth it.
Not
It
even,
ain't
not
worth
even
it.
this is worth it. But I figured out another way I could get her to leave. And right before she leaves, she says something that made me regret my decision. I was like, I'm confused. I could have killed her and stopped her from doing this next stupid thing that she was about to do. That is the mark of good writing. Anyways, like Khaya is gonna be like, oh my god, these guys. But here's the
These guys
point.
are drunk.
Khaya was she was watching my stream the
Genius.
entire time. The writing was genius. I will point out that the writer on this game, as I know, is Khaya, and a Dutch colleague of hers whose name I am unaware of at the moment. But whoever you are, amazing characters. I hated and loved each and every last one of them, which
True.
is both great.
Which is both great. For me
Both great.
personally, I think I like Lisbeth, who probably
Oh,
if you know.
Lisbeth was her
Yeah,
name. Yeah.
yeah, Lisbeth was her name. I figured it out. So I like Lisbeth as this person who is sort of tied by tradition, but you can see her resisting that tradition side by side, which is kind of reminiscent to our real world situation with us, with our generation, pretty much. Like we're tied with tradition, but we are sort of moving away from the tradition that just isn't right. So for that, Lisbeth would be my favorite character.
Yeah.
But the one I hated the most was Cease. I was like,
Yeah.
no way. Like, I just hated the kid. I hated his cuts. And I hated the whole entitled thing that he had going on. But I do agree, he had his own journey, his own story to tell in the sense, like, he
Like
wanted to really prove himself.
you can even get Cease to be a friend of yours. Here's the thing, I never really
Wow.
got to find out exactly how helpful he can be, but he kept going on about how he can end or ruin everyone's life. And here's the thing, he probably could because he's a very tech oriented kid. On that cell phone, Kaya asked me this, and this is why I got suspicious. I was like, Cease could have been a very useful ally because she's like, did you get Cease's phone? And I'm like, no, I didn't. But then I was like, Cease is probably not all just bark. She probably has some bite. And
Yeah.
the only problem with him was that all these other people that he was hanging out with, they were, what was the name of the black woman? What, I don't want to say it, the drug dealer. Did
The
you know
drug
that?
dealer, I'm
The New
forgetting it right
Bloods,
now. She was
the
in the New Bloods. I'm forgetting her name right now.
A
Yeah,
से नाम
there's
था, I think. Diana
I
was the leader of the family, the head of the
Diana was the
family.
leader of the.
Then
Diana
we
was another
have,
character I hated. Diana was the character that I hated, but
see,
not as
Diana
much.
was kind of an asshole to you, but she was the kind of asshole that, I'm high and mighty and you are trash unless you prove yourself to me, which
True,
is the
true.
thing. Isabel is the kind of I'm high and mighty and obnoxious. Like that, she said the word. Kaya told me, she was like, I wanted to write a character based on some real people I know, and I'm like,
Hmm.
someone like who is rude and obnoxious, and oh my god, the
We
white
have a
two
lot of
words, two
people in
words,
our lives.
two words, white savior. That defined Isabel as a whole, and that is thing that we brown people hate the most. That is why it's so triggering. And it's
Ladies
even
and gentlemen,
worse
this is
that
not even a review at this point. At this point,
no,
we should
this
title
is a
this Amir hates Isabel.
Amir hates Isabel. How to kill Isabel in 10 different ways.
Oh
This
man.
is what the
All in
game should
all, I
have been
mean,
called. At it should
what
have
I
been
really
called
like
at
is
Isabel's. The name of the game should have been at Isabel's funeral.
oh
Oh,
man.
that was a good
Oh
one. That was a
man,
good
that
one.
was definitely a good one. But honestly, what I really liked about this game was, like, how much of a replay value it has. It has, like, it just doesn't
Yeah.
end that way. You can just keep on replaying, and it will just keep on giving
Can
you
I can
until,
I
of
drop it?
course.
Can I drop the news? Can I say it?
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
So you know how the game goes, right? Let me explain it to everyone. I mean, we haven't done that, but I'll give you the gist. If you die, you can replay the game. And when we say replay, it's not like loading a save. You can do that, but you don't get to keep the memories thing then. You can replay the day. You wake up again in the morning. If you end the day successfully, you have the option to replay that day again. You can be like, I want to play it again. And basically, there's some superpower that you have that allows you to do that. Every day is like that. And the game has a total of 5 in-game days, five being the finale. Five is when you find out what happened. So technically, it's four
Who
days,
wins?
right?
Yeah.
What the thing is that I was blown away with was the fact that you can replay the whole game. Even if you end the game, you can start a new game. You will keep all of your memories. That thing, I was like, seriously. The game, when it starts the entire story plot line starts developing from the point that there is a murder and nobody knows what happened. You can even go as far as to save that character, and that blew me away. I was like, seriously, you can.
I think it
Khaya
was my
told me that.
second playthrough. I think it was my second playthrough when we saved this character. His name is Patrick, I think.
Patrick,
Yeah.
Patrick.
Yeah. You say Patrick. Yes.
Asad did multiple replays of the entire game, but he didn't replay any day specifically. Am I right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's correct. What I
I
did was like
in
I
my
used to get
stream,
the
yeah,
option, but I would
yeah,
just keep on going. I was like, you know what? I'll do a replay of all of this stuff and then probably, you know, do all of that all over again. So I didn't replay the days. I replayed the entire, like, I would make a decision, see it through. Okay, this is the ending I'm getting, back to it.
yeah. And here's the thing: there is still so much to discover. I mean, I had only enough time to for one playthrough, so I was like, I'm gonna make the most of it. I had 1 week's worth of schedule time to stream this and to play it. Um, I feel like that I haven't even explored 60% of the game yet. You
True,
play
true.
one playthrough, even if you do replays, you only get a few dialogues, and there are some things which are like, locked forever. You know how decision choice based games work. There is so much to discover in this game, and you discover it by replaying it. So yeah, that is one mechanic which I'm not all too familiar with narrative games, but I don't think it exists in any other narrative game that you can replay sessions and the entire game and come back with memories of the previous session, which open up
True.
new dialogue options for you.
Yep.
So
Which kind of
this
like
game has a
gives
lot
you
of
that whole,
replayability.
yeah, exactly. So, I mean, we can go on and on about all the scenarios that we ended up with, but
Yeah.
I guess we can move to ratings. So I'll go first. I will rate this game like a 9.5. And the reason why I'm not giving a full 10 is a few very nitpicky kind of things that are there. Firstly, I wouldn't say the interface like is hard per se, but it's kind of like, the other options that are there, you were sort of unclear on that. Like, for example, that whole notebook option that is there, it does show you like those dialogues that are there, but you're not sure because when you start playing it, it just goes into a different direction. It could be a bug at the time that I played, and it could have been fixed or
Hmm.
something. But for
You
me,
mean
it was
you
happening.
mean the you mean the scrolling thing? You turn it on, you can see the entire log of the conversation that
Yeah,
happened. Was it
exactly
not
that one.
working for you?
For some reason, no, it wasn't. Like, I thought
Okay,
maybe because I had to keep on
it
playing
was
this. I
working
think it
for
was a bug.
me.
I think it
Yeah,
might
it
may have
was
been a bug
working.
at that time.
It was working for me. Yeah, like you know what? I'll come in with my rating as well. I'm so conflicted what to give it because I'm also biased. This game is from a friend of ours. My rating
Yeah.
is also something around the same. I'll give it a 9 out of 10. The thing is that the game doesn't particularly suffer for it. It's not like it's gonna ruin someone's experience. But what Asad said, something I did not experience, I'll take his word for it. Some UI improvements could have been dandy. I didn't know initially what the buttons do. But the one thing that irked me, which really is an experience breaker, an immersion breaker in a game that is supposed to be wholly the experience is coming from the text. There were some spelling mistakes, and I mean to sound like a grammar Nazi, but I am talking about one point. I would read a sentence and I would be like, wait, what? That doesn't register properly. And I had to read that sentence a couple of times before I'm like, oh, wait, that's a spelling mistake. So there
That I
were
experienced this. I experienced that as well a bit.
this wasn't a one occurrence or a two-time occurrence. This happened enough times that I gotta point it out. Now, of course, being a game dev myself, I don't want to drown someone else's work. I know making a game, especially a text-based game, is really difficult because all the dialogue options, someone's got to write it down. So spelling mistakes, they're fine, but still, they ruin your experience. So
They
a
kind of
little
like,
bit of
take you a little bit off track.
yeah, a
Yes,
little bit of
I do
quality
agree.
assurance, a little bit of quality assurance, not a little bit, but quality assurance is very important. It would
True.
have taken this one mistake away, but that is my only concern over here. As a game itself, if you buy it for the price that I got it, it's a very good price as well. There's really not, it's
Agreed.
an amazing game. Get it if you
And for the
can.
replay value, it's actually like, it keeps on going. Like it just doesn't,
Yeah.
get finished in an hour or something. You can keep on replaying it and you will get like more and more options as you go. And for me personally, again, this is more of a thing that I would have liked it. If it doesn't have, it's not a thing that affects the rating, but it personally, I would have liked to hear the voices of these characters. I understand, of course, there are limitations of budgets and all of that stuff. It's just something like, for me, I like to hear my characters. For example, if we had a voice to Isabel, we would have hated her more, definitely.
We would have ended up hating the voice actor.
Yeah, exactly.
This doesn't sound like a good idea, Asad. We don't want to hate real people.
Oh man, but
But
all in
here's
all,
the
this
thing,
had
like
been
always a second part, always a second part.
always
If
the
a
second
second
part.
part
I
of
would
this
really
game
like it.
comes, I would love to play it. And not only that, if it comes with voice actors, this game would go to the next level.
I
Just
agree.
saying.
But this would be on the level of Detroit Become Human, or like even Until Dawn. Granted, of course, it's not AAA, but you're giving that
This isn't
enrichment
a
and
run
that
of your
narrative
mill
quality.
indie game. This isn't like, I mean, it is an indie game,
Yeah,
but
but
this
it's
isn't a indie game in the sense, oh, just another indie game. This game really had some, pull
hard
to
to
it,
it.
and it
Yeah,
definitely got me hooked. That's saying a lot. I don't play much narrative games, so yeah, I
good
am
lord.
I am on the verge of murder. So I think we should conclude our review right here, Asad, before
Yeah,
I
I
my
agree.
bloodlust
And
grows any stronger.
but thank you so much, guys, for joining us in this review of At Eaveswick, or otherwise known as At Isabel's Funeral.
Isabel's funeral.
Oh man,
This
but
should be an
until that
achievement. Kill
time,
Isabel in every possible way that you can. This should be a Steam achievement, and I'm gonna get it too.
we'll recommend that to Khaya for sure. But with that, we leave you guys with our thoughts, and we really urge you to play this game. It's amazing, it's fun, it's messed up, and it's gonna ruin your day for sure, but in a good sort of way. This is TSF, so we're signing off now. You guys take care. See you soon. Bye bye.
Smash that like button.